Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be talking about the jetpack coming out tomorrow, talking about some concepts we can expect from the jetpack, the way it's going to work, the way it's going to play, kind of a little bit of gameplay but linking in a lot of different concepts and stuff, and also talking about where the future of the jetpack could go without even knowing what exactly the jetpack is. So today we have the announcement from Fortnite Battle Royale saying limited time item, take the fights to the new heights, or take the fight to the new height. So let's get into this, and it's going to be pretty cool. But what exactly can we expect from the jetpack? Well, we can see the jetpack roughly being in the game for about a week just to get tested and then for it to get taken out. We've got to remember, Fortnite Battle Royale is still not out as an official game. It's still in testing stage, or Fortnite should I say. So technically this is allowed to be done, and many other items will see this happening in the future. For example, we saw the guided missile, or the control, whatever it was called, I think it was called the guided missile, come into the game for a little bit of time, and they thought, you know, this is too overpowered, we'll take it out. That's simply what they're doing with the jetpack and just seeing how it rocks. Personally, I think the jetpack is going to be an inventory type item, kind of like a perk that you attach to your character that you simply just press and it boosts you into the sky. Now, some examples of the gameplay is the ninja from Save the World. When I double press A, it activates the jet boots, which allow me to jump around and hop around. This potentially could be what the jetpack's like, and it could just be a simple little boost from the jetpack. We don't exactly know how the jetpack is 100% going to work, and this also could be what we can expect from the future. Now, we'll come back to the ninja gameplay towards the end, but for now, let's move on to what else we can expect from kind of like the jumping system stuff within Fortnite Battle Royale and the jetpack. So the next gameplay concept I've got for you guys is this, the hot rocks. Now, the hot rocks are pretty simple. You simply just bounce around and jump around. But the thing about the hot rocks, they don't give you that much of an advantage. They give you a big height advantage and a big speed boost when you're jumping using them, but generally, as you can see here, I'm testing them out, you can only actually jump onto really a one high structure, or maybe 1.5, and as you can see here, I can't get to that too high, or it's about 1 3/4, because obviously a bit of it's in the ground and I can't actually get on top of it. So the hot rocks in general aren't that overpowered, and they're not a super item. They're the sort of item that potentially are pretty useful and could stay in the game for a long time, but the way the story's going, the Omega story, we could potentially see the hot rocks being completely taken out of the game by the end of season 4. If you haven't already, go and check out my video on the hot rocks, because I have an entire Omega storyline about everything related to that. It's an awesome video, and I would highly recommend going to check it out if you don't understand 100%. I didn't understand 100%, to be fair, until after I made the video of where the story's going with season 4. But anyway, let's keep going on with the hot rocks. Generally, the hot rocks are pretty cool. We could see the jetpacks being like a permanent hot rock, a little bit like the ninja from Save the World. So basically, when you activate the jetpack, or you consume it, or you pick it up or something, because we've seen the new consumable apples, maybe the jetpack might be a consumable or an attachment that you attach to yourself, and when you die, someone else can pick it up, and simply it just allows you to double jump. I can't see the jetpack being anything super. I can definitely see it being an A button type ability. I can see you holding A to use it. Now, obviously, I could be completely wrong, and if I am, fair enough, but this is the sort of stuff that we can expect from the jetpack, and what we should expect as consumers of Fortnite Battle Royale and the community. What else can we expect from it? Well, I can also assume that it could be like Thanos. Now, Thanos has been recently removed from the game, but probably will come back towards the end of season 4, start of season 5. But for now, Thanos was an awesome character that had some crazy abilities and was pretty overpowered, but his A ability was like a big charge. This is what the jetpack could be like without the slam down. You could hold A and it simply just boosts you up into the air, gives you a big boost like this, and you can pick your direction of going. I can't remember what game it is, but I'm pretty sure there's a game out there that allows you to do this in giant, like hold A, and it boosts you into the sky and you can see everywhere. It was like, I'm trying to think what it was. It wasn't Halo Reach, it might have been Halo 5, I can't remember, but there's a game out there where you hold down a button, you boost into the sky like this, and then you go down. I'm not too sure exactly what it was, but it does remind me of something like that. It does remind me a little bit of like Overwatch as well. I can't remember the character's name, because I wasn't a massive Overwatch player, but that ability to jump into the sky like this, look around, and then not the actual like move that Thanos does with his hand there, just the ability to jump into the sky, like move around and that. So I could see the jetpack being like this without the slam down, and just with like slowly gliding down, or even switching to your glider and getting your glider out, or just hovering in the sky and hovering in that direction. That's the way I can see the jetpack working. It's a bit like Farah, that's the name, Farah from Overwatch, a bit like that. That's what I can assume the jetpack's going to be like. It's a pretty cool concept and definitely is what we could possibly see within Fortnite Battle Royale. So generally, what do you guys think the jetpack's going to be? Now obviously the jetpack's probably going to be out in the next few hours before this video, like well quicker than the video. And if you're already watching this video and the jetpack is already out, leave a comment down below. Did I get any of these right, and did you think I was going to get any of these right, or did you agree with any of these concepts? Now obviously the jetpack could get changed, so anything I'm saying right now we could see with other items, maybe jump boots like we see in Save the World. There's a bunch of other items we do see within Fortnite which are pretty similar to this sort of stuff. You can just see me running all over the place as Thanos here. This is very early Thanos gameplay. This was like my second gameplay as Thanos, but generally the jetpack would work really well if it was just kind of like an initial boost that boosts you into the air. Personally, I definitely think having a jetpack and having that boost would be useful for sieging bases, for build battles, for escaping, for even getting a view of where people are, and a jetpack could have a limited use on it. For example, the jetpack may be a legendary item and only have maybe 4 to 5 uses on it, and then once it's been used, it's broke. Or it could have endless uses, but a recharge rate, bit like Thanos. Thanos was overpowered, but generally Thanos was a useful character. In general, with the map, the map location of Thanos, you knew where he was. You could always avoid him if you wanted to. You could challenge him, and I think the idea of Thanos in Fortnite was a great concept. It worked really well, and definitely a lot of people out there agreed with it. And personally, it was one of my favorite limited time game modes of all time. I think it was pretty cool. Even if I was to be killed by Thanos in the last 10, due to the games lasting about 15 minutes, especially towards the start, it was just not really that bothering me if Thanos would kill me. I think it was awesome to challenge him, and when his health was a bit high, it was a bit overpowered. Personally, I think the suitable amount of health for him was about 650 and about 200 shield. I know the shield was at 300 at one stage, but 200 shield and about 650 health is about right, but it did get a lot lower than that. It originally was 300 shield and 700 health, but it changed it to 800 then 200, and I think they lowered it to 500, 200, or maybe even less. I can't remember the exact figures, but I think to me 650 health and 200 shield would have been about right for Thanos. Jumping back to Save the World gameplay, so you guys can check out some more stuff of that. You can see me here using my ninja stash. We could also see something like that with the jetpack. The jetpack in general could have amazing, could cause a lot of different style of movement within Fortnite. We see games like Black Ops 3 and the jumpy CODs, basically, they'll have that jumpy stuff in, and generally it's not the best within Call of Duty. But within Fortnite, with it being a pickup item, the Hot Brocs didn't get a bad response within the community. When the jetpack was first announced, a lot of people were like, no, we don't want this, it's going to ruin the game, don't introduce this. Well, Hot Brocs are very similar to that jumpy stuff, and a lot of people, I've not heard one person really go, you know, these Hot Brocs are ruining the game. They're really not. They're a useful item. They're only consumable for a certain amount of time, and that's the way the jetpack's going to work. It's going to have a recharge rate. You're not just going to be there flying around for the entire game, and if you are, then I'm sure that'll be fixed and made it limited. With the item only being a temporary item, it's going to be useful, and it's going to see where the future of consumable items is going to go. The jetpack has no effect on damage or anything like that from what I know, so using the jetpack isn't going to be able to gain you a huge advantage other than height and maneuverability. Other than that, you're going to be able to just simply fly around and not be able to land on someone and kill them, or throw the jetpack at them, or maybe stick it to them and launch them off the map or something. Who knows what you could do, but in general that isn't going to be the concept that we're going to see. We're just generally going to see a jetpack being just simply flying around. I assume the jetpack is going to be like the Halo Reach jetpack, where you press in the button, it's got a certain amount of durability, you fly around for that, then when it runs out you'll have to wait for it to recharge, and you can do the same, a bit like the ones from Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 within Boba Fett. His jetpack is limited, so when it runs out you do fall to the ground. The recharge rate on Boba Fett is extremely high. If you have played Star Wars Battlefront, obviously it may not be that high, it'll be a lot lower than that, maybe even a 30-second to 60-second recharge, but just having that ability to fly for a certain amount of time could give you a huge advantage. Double A is definitely what I can expect for that. Having that double A ability is what I assume it's going to be. Here you can see me defending my Atlas using my double A ability to get around all the time. It's very useful when traveling over stuff like that, jumping over the wall, jumping around corners and stuff, defending zones. I think that's when the jetpack's going to come in handy. It's basically going to be an upgraded version of the Hot Rocks, and I did tweet that out before, saying that a lot of people were tweeting like saying no, we don't want this. I simply tweeted like if you think it's just going to be an upgrade of the Hot Rocks, and basically that's what we can see the Jetpack being. Thanos wasn't complained about too much, and you had the option to play or without. Unfortunately, the Jetpack is getting added into every game mode from what I know, but obviously if it gets extreme bad feedback, they will just remove it straight away. That's the thing with Epic Games. They're a very, very reliable source, and they're useful as a development company to interact with the company. Interact with the community. Not as a company interacting with the community. Epic Games are one of the best out there. They always interact with us as fans and everything like that. But anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you are new around here, stick around for daily Fortnite content. I bring content out every single day, and if you want to stay tuned for that, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, this is postboxpat signing out.